Welcome. I'm Richard Hosnout, and I'm your host for the Wisdom Inspired Life YouTube channel and podcast. Great to have you here. As you may know, what I'm trying to do with this channel is to help anyone who's interested in living more of a wisdom-inspired life, to give them for free a great range of resources and capabilities to help them actually do that. Hence the great diversity of content that you can check out on the playlist. I hope this helps you. Speaking of playlist, one of the playlists is the Ageless Wisdom playlist, and this is a remarkable list because it's taken from the 24 volumes of the Ageless Wisdom, and there's specific topics like the ones that you see on the screen. You want to check this playlist out because I'm sure there's 1, 2, 3, or 4 topics that you just might be interested in learning more about. So check it out and enjoy. And speaking of playlists, this particular episode is going to be on the Advanced Wisdom playlist. And that's the playlist where all the content comes from God-realized teachers, enlightened teachers. For example, this particular one is coming from Paramahansa Yogananda, broadly acknowledged as an avatar, enlightened, God-realized being, founder of the Self-Realization Fellowship, who passed in 1952, and my beloved guru. The quotes that I'll share with you today come from his book, The Second Coming of Christ, which if you ever want to get a clear, inspiring understanding of the Christian Bible, this is the best book to do that by far. So check it out. Well, in this episode, kind of exploring the topic of why do people like Jesus and St. John and Buddha and Krishna, well, why do they come on earth? So let's see if we can understand that better. So why did Jesus and Moses come on earth? Divine intercession to mitigate the cosmic law of cause and effect, by which a man suffers from his errors, was at the heart of the mission of love Jesus came to fulfill. The world was hurting, okay? Moses brought the law from God to man, emphasizing that awful justice befalls willful heedlessness. Jesus came to demonstrate the forgiveness and compassion of God, whose love is a shelter even from exacting law. See the purposes that each of them played? They came at the behest of God onto earth to help us lowly humans, mortals, okay? And each of Jesus and Moses played specific roles in all of that. So, let's talk about Buddha and Krishna. Quoting, Buddha brought heart back into the arid theology and the mechanical rituals into which the ancient Vedic religion of India had fallen after passing of a higher age in which Bhagavan Krishna, India's most beloved of avatars, preached the way of divine love and God realization through the practice of the supreme spiritual science of yoga, union with God. See the balancing that went on in that part of the world at that particular time. Krishna, the Bhagavad Gita, is really about a conversation between Krishna and a great devotee, Arjuna. God Talks with Arjuna is the book that Yogananda has written on this. So again, we see the different roles that the two of them played. One more, just to kind of illustrate this in a quick way, is St. John, a disciple of Jesus. Okay, St. John was perhaps the greatest of the disciples of Jesus. Just as a school teacher finds among his pupils one whose superior comprehension ranks him first in the class and others who must be ranked lower, so among the disciples Jesus, there were differing degrees of ability to appreciate and absorb the depth and breadth of the teachings of the Christ man, Jesus. The records left by St. John among the various books of the New Testament evidence the highest degree of divine realization, making known the deep esoteric truth experienced by Jesus and transferred to John. In John's words, we find precision. That's why his gospel, though last among the 4 in the New Testament, should be considered first when the true meaning of life and teachings of Jesus is being sought. Okay? So this was, as we saw with Buddha and Krishna, a bit of a relationship. Here the relationship is far more evident in terms of the additional perspective that St. John brought to communicating the teachings of Jesus to a broader audience. Okay? So God brings on to earth at various times great God-realized beings with specific purposes, especially in troubled times, just as Paramahansa Yogananda came on during the period in the early part of the between the 1900s and 1952, sort of, when there was a lot of turmoil, a couple of world wars, and a lot of everything to help bring his message to people. So if you want to know more, you can always go to mywisdominspiredlife.com. You can listen to the Wisdom Inspired Life podcast there. It's clear I'm on a journey to try and help those of you that are interested in living more of a wisdom-inspired life to be able to have the resources to do that. I appreciate you being part of that journey today, and I look forward to continuing this journey with you.